Yo guys, welcome to The Last Lap. Don't forget to drop a lovely, juicy 5-star rating if you're watching on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Hope you enjoy, and let's get into it.
What's going on at Alpine, Niran?
Well,
News dropped yesterday.
Mr. Deadpool himself, the young Ryan Reynolds, has invested. Is it 24% or something like that? Basically,
so he's part of a group that's invested 24%.
Yeah. Into
purchased 24% of the Alpine F1 team, excluding the engine division. Just Enstone.
Just the peen.
Yeah, just the peen.
Just the peen.
Actually, because I was going through yesterday, their company's called Maximum Effort, which I didn't realise was a Deadpool reference.
Oh, right, yeah.
Apparently Maximum Effort, but that's the name of their holding company or investment company that him and Rob McElhenney invest in. But there's a few others. There's Michael B. Jordan is also part of that group of investors.
Oh, really? I didn't actually know that. Yeah.
There's other, what's it? Redbird Capital, Otro Capital. All these. Yeah. But, I mean, these are invested in Liverpool and the Boston Red Sox and AC Milan. So this is big. I think this is pretty significant, right? Because you look at, obviously, Ryan and Rob are the ones who've generated the headlines because of everything they've done with Wrexham. Yeah. And do you think that there's an opportunity, because we've seen the Netflix effect, how that's worked for the sport more generally, these people coming in and investing, not taking over Alpine by any stretch. It's quite different to Wrexham in that regard, because they did purchase Wrexham kind of fully. Yeah. But their influence, their contacts, I think it could be a really exciting time for Alpine moving forward. And in terms of generating that content, again, football, that's tried and tested, not just with Wrexham, but All or Nothing and all those series around all these different clubs. Feels like Alpine, I think this is a fantastic move from them personally.
I think it's a sign as well of the growing that mainstream popularity of Formula One again as well. Obviously, Ryan Reynolds, them buying Wrexham, fine. Football's been established as a number one sport in this country for years, decades, whatever. But globally, a Hollywood star like Ryan Reynolds investing into a Formula One team like Alpine as well is wavy. I'm not gonna lie. Imagine saying that 10 years ago.
It legitimizes
when Bernie Ecclestone was still running Formula One. Imagine going, some Don from Star Wars has just bought a Formula One team. That would never happen. Do you know what I mean? So
I wonder, from a financial point of view, I wonder what this actually means for their car as well, because Alpine are in a prime spot at the moment where if they had a bit more, they'd be in a really good position. And I'm no expert. I don't actually know much about investments in Formula One teams or what it really means. And obviously we don't know the actual financials, but could it be the start of a wider play for them to get the backing to then get the better results?
Well, it's a $218 million cash injection for 24% of the team. Renault
pays the bills.
It helps. And I think, Renault retained that majority share, so they can sell off as long as they've got 51%, they're good. So, I think they've talked about a cash injection for a while. I was reading an article on the way up, actually. So Alpine are planning on rolling out, because Renault if you go to America, you don't see Renaults. They don't sell Renaults in the States. And they're planning on rolling out Alpines in the States from 2027, I think. And they still only make one car, which I think is hilarious. But they're going to have
one.
They're going to have 7, I think, by 27. And they're going to start rolling it out in the States as well. So I think this is as much a move to insert, these storytellers, particularly, obviously, you look at, again, what Ryan and Rob have done with Wrexham, into the Alpine F1 team, as much as it is part of promoting Alpine when they eventually enter the States, because, Renault have bet big on Alpine by taking their logo off the F1 car and putting this obscure brand on it, So I think they need to get that money back eventually. In terms of it, I think they're aiming for 8 billion revenue by 2030 and to break even by 2026, which...
Yeah. From zero, because I've still never seen an Alpine on the road. So they must be at zero now.
I've seen a couple.
I saw one, actually, no, that's a lie. I saw one at Silverstone.
Did you?
But it was at Silverstone, so I was I don't think this counts, because I think it's meant to be here in a racing environment. I've never driven down the M1. Well, I've never driven down the M1 anyway. I can't drive.
I'd like to think you've never driven down the M1.
I've never done that. Just in case the police are watching. I've never been on a road as a passenger and seen an Alpine ever.
Well, there you go. Maybe with this cash injection, and maybe, if Rob and Ryan are looking to expand the esports offering at Alpine, then Pace No Agency, right?
Yeah, you never know.
Bam.
You get a bit of that 218 million. A little cut of it for Tobin.
Yeah, I'll come and pitch something for 217. The most incredible thing they've
Just undercut them slightly.
Where do you see that? Do you see the teams continuing to invest? Because it's I don't know if it's a profit-making exercise for the teams. I'm assuming it isn't, but I don't know. Do you think they will continue to, F1 esports seems to be growing. There seems to be good concurrent viewership as well.
Yeah, there's actually huge amounts of inflation across the board in the investment, because it's like the money that's put in always trickles down to the bottom. So the drivers, like year on year, drivers have become much better off especially in the last kind of 2 years. Mm-hmm. And so yes, the amount's going up, but then it's becoming way more expensive too, because people are demanding more stuff. Like when I started, the rates were like a fifth of what they are now for like the best people. So yes is the answer. The investment's going up, but the costs are too. So it kind of swings and roundabouts really.
So Ryan Reynolds needs to invest in F1 esports.
Well, what other celebrities do you reckon? Because again, on the way down, I was thinking of, because Ryan and Rob I've never read anything that they're into motorsport, and they might not be. I don't know, right? But there's a bunch of F1's got like a good celebrity following. Mm-hmm. I was reading a few. Obviously, Matthew McConaughey, he's always at Austin. Like every Grand Prix, he's there. Facts, he loves it. Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio, he loves it.
Yeah, he does actually.
He's always knocking about.
Ooh,
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes, facts.
Money. Tom Holland, big Lewis Hamilton fan.
Yeah.
Loves it.
Big Tottenham fan as well. Ugh. So I feel like he has to go for Formula One because football's just not for him.
Yeah.
Because of the club that he supports. So just do the Formula One stuff instead.
Matt LeBlanc, Joey from Friends.
Yeah.
Top Gear, of course.
Yeah.
George Lucas. He's always knocking about. George Lewis. He's not a Hollywood, is he? But he's the director.
Yeah, no,
he counts.
Yeah, he's the manager. He's the Tobin.
Yeah. Oh my God, you could actually make like a whole F1 team, couldn't you? Really?
Yeah.
Celebrities, including like team principals, like CEO or whatever.
Well, Brad Pitt driver.
Brad Pitt's got to be one of the drivers, realistically.
Yes.
I mean,
there were rumours, weren't there, that people thought he was going to actually drive an F1 car.
Yeah, well, ESPN. It was ESPN's fault. They tweeted out. They were like, "Oh yeah, lads. So Brad Pitt's going to be driving an F1 car in a practice session." And everyone was like,
"Is that ESPN's accent?"
Yeah. They're well known for being from like East London, ESPN. And everyone was like, what are you talking about? How could he be driving in a practice session? I personally would like to see it still, even though it's probably extremely dangerous. But at Silverstone, I think he's going to be driving is it for a film that's coming out? Or
it's like an F1 film, I think.
Yeah.
It's like an adapted F2 car, I think.
Yeah.
To make it look like an F1 car.
Yeah, I saw like a clip from that someone just filmed around like Brooklands at Silverstone, just this anonymous car going around. Turns out Brad Pitt's in it, so pretty random.
Standard. Yeah.
Can you imagine filming that though? Like, how cool that would actually be?
Yeah.
I hope they make it good. I really do.
I'm going to be honest. I have a feeling they're not going to make it good. I've seen some F1 films or like some racing films in my time. They're always bad, bro. They're always bad. I remember watching Daniel Ricciardo. He went on GQ and he was like reviewing racing films, and he was like, "This would never happen. This would never happen. That's a load of shit. That would never happen." The racing always looks so like superimposed.
I think they've got Lewis as a co-producer on it, so hopefully he's going to exert his influence.
XNDA soundtrack.
He knows what's going on.
Charles Leclerc's just there playing some piano music in the background at the dramatic parts.
I've got a few other celebrities. Anne Hathaway. Did you see her reaction to seeing Daniel Ricciardo at the Met Gala?
No.
She was like starstruck. She was like, "Oh my God, Daniel, I love you." That's my Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Very active,
Sorted. You're Anne Hathaway, I'm ESPN.
Yeah. A couple actually I wanted to talk about. If anyone who watches Grey's Anatomy out there, Patrick Dempsey. who's Derek Shepherd. He races, like he's got his own racing team.
Yeah.
Like he races in the States. And Michael Fassbender was racing 24 Hour Le Mans.
Yeah, for how long? It wasn't the full 24 hours because he binned it.
He did bin it.
When for how long is the question? It's
how many hours of Le Mans?
It's not good. Not a good race.
18.2 hours of Le Mans. But yeah, like, he's been racing for ages. So I think there's a lot of celebrity. I'd like to see some of them invest. I mean, obviously Rob and Ryan, they've earned very good money over their career. They're reinvesting it in various sporting enterprises, right? But
who is like a celebrity outside of the list of people that we know are interested?
Yeah.
That we would want to see drive an F1 car? Because I have one in mind.
Ooh, to drive.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, this is kind of a cop-out because we know he's into it, but Ryan Atkinson being Mr. Bean while driving an F1 car.
Mr. Bean Grand Prix would be
do the flag.
or sat on the top of the F1 car with a string.
Yeah, because he's got the above halo cam like in F1 Esports that everyone uses. Because no one uses the actual cockpit cam.
You just see
the Mr. Bean cam.
It has to be a green car as well.
Yeah,
like one little bit of black. Yeah.
Mine. I don't know.
Mine personally is Shaquille O'Neal for the entertainment value, for the personality, but mostly for the build, because I would just love to see a man that tall and that big in an F1
They'd have
car.
to make adjustments to the halo.
They would have to.
The car.
The entire car.
Like really tall F1 car.
His shoulders
like
would be outside of the car. Like Mario Kart.
Do you remember when he was on the podium at Miami, was it? And he was like not on the podium and he was still taller than Max on like the top of the podium.
Yeah. It's crazy. He was his own podium.
Oh yeah, Shaq's a good shout. Oh, who else? Who'd be a good one, Tobin?
I'd like Jeremy Clarkson actually in a race.
Yeah,
and you know, obviously recently, I'm not sure if you saw, but he gave loads of beer to Alpine.
He did, yeah.
And
that's his investment.
That's
Ryan Reynolds, 200 million.
Yeah.
Beer.
Jeremy Clarkson,
0-0 beer, Jeremy.
Beer on the house, yeah. But it'll be quite entertaining seeing like these TV people. Like any of the Top Gear lot, or they're not Top Gear, but you know what I'm talking about. Any of them actually taking part and see where they can, they've got a lot of track time behind them.
Yeah. Hear me out. This might, to any of our non-British viewers, you might not. Joey Essex.
Explain. From The Only Way is Essex.
Yeah.
TV show.
It would just be funny to see him. I mean, to be fair, anyone would struggle if you put a F1 wheel in front of him.
Yeah,
but
I would.
Someone with that low IQ would be just phenomenal.
The problem would be, I think, if you went to a night race with Joey Essex, because the floodlights would just rebound off.
The teeth.
The teeth.
Bit of glare.
But I would also love to see that. Shout out Joey.
Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, or if you can comment on audio only, then let us know what celebrities you would like to see.
Just in an effort, whatever role, to be honest with you, team principal,
getting involved, because
Ryan Reynolds as a team principal would actually be hilarious, by the way. Just putting that out there. I hope that somehow happens.
He'd be very passionate, wouldn't he? Very quickly, I reckon.
Yes,
if he gets invested, which he is. So it's quite
literally. Good. Yeah, quite literally he is.
Invested.
He literally cried after like 2 seasons at Wrexham. I was like, we've got you, hook, line, and sinker. We've got you in this football game.
Over.
He's cried already for like one promotion.